I think there is one thing that we now have for certain, unfortunately, for Anthony Richardson. And unfortunately, as Bryce Young is still searching for his first win as a National Football League professional quarterback. And I didn't think I'd be saying this after 6 weeks. But the race, if you will, the question, if you will, that was burning on the night of the draft in Kansas City when Bryce Young went first and CJ Stroud went second and Anthony Richardson went fourth because the Texans popped up and hopped in the spot of the Arizona Cardinals to go take Will Anderson to support CJ Stroud. On that night, as to which quarterback in the rookie class would be best in his rookie season, that fight has been called. It is over.
As a wrap.
It is a technical knockout when it comes to Bryce Young and an actual knockout, unfortunately, now when it comes to Anthony Richardson, as he is done for the season. The Colts announcing via various different ways, release, statement, and then Shane Steichen saying in his press conference and Jim Irsay saying at the owners' meeting, Anthony Richardson is, in fact, going to have surgery on the shoulder he injured 2 weeks ago, and it's going to end his season. Anthony's a competitor. We know how difficult and disappointing this is for him and our team. We collected several medical opinions. We felt this was the best course of action for his long-term health. We anticipate a full recovery, and there's no doubt Anthony has a promising future, and then the statement finished up. In the meantime, I love the fight of this team, and I'm excited for the opportunity you have ahead of us, says Jim Irsay. This is a statement from the owner of the Colts. It starts this week with Cleveland, and there's no way in hell we're going to go through what we went through with Andrew Luck again. I added that last part.
Oh.
I added that last part.
It sounds like something Jim might say.
There's no way in hell we're doing this again. Where suddenly 5 years from now, Anthony Richardson's going to be like, yeah, I don't think I want to do this anymore. If you remember, shoulder was one of the many injuries suffered by Andrew Luck. And Richardson, it's unbelievable how tough this league can be and how physical this league can be. This guy was built like the proverbial you-know-what brick house.
Yeah.
Okay? And he, at the combine, just standing near him, you're like, this guy is going to wreck the league physically if he has the ability to play quarterback, neck up, and also with his heart, and also with the scheme and everything like that. And now here he is, done for the year after 6 weeks.
Brutal.
And knocked out of 2 other games as well. And it's the Gardner Minshew show for the Colts. And that's part of the backdrop as the Jaguars take the field on Thursday night against the New Orleans Saints. And that, folks, means it's CJ Stroud's world maybe in this division to go and try and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, because in CJ Stroud's remarkable start of this season, he already has a win at Jacksonville in his back pocket. As we're sitting here through 6 weeks of this season, the Texans, who are on a bye week, will be watching Thursday Night Football with Al and Kirk Herbstreit and the rest of the gang on Amazon Prime, perhaps on their Roku platforms, sitting there and rooting for the New Orleans Saints, because if that happens, they are only a half game behind the team that they've already beaten. And Trevor Lawrence might not be able to answer the bell for that game. It could be Jacksonville starting a CJ themselves in Bethard. This is a remarkable turn of events. And one, however, for me, and I understand, I've had my fun mentioning CJ Stroud. That's just me being a real Michigan SOB, calling CJ Stroud my favorite Ohio State quarterback of all time. But that's just me being that guy. To be straight up, as I was when I came back from the combine, CJ Stroud looked phenomenal at the combine.
He's a dog.
He was the guy who threw the ball better than anyone else. And when Josh McCown went up to him at his pro day and said, something along the lines of, I'll let you know where certain courts are. I don't know what they was playing. He's talking about letting him know when he moves to Charlotte about certain places for him to go. I honestly thought they were going to take him. There was a hot minute where it was this kid is the guy to go and take first overall. That's who they traded up to go get. And obviously his play through the first 6 weeks of the season has supported that. And kudos, by the way, to the Texans to get this kid ready. And kudos to him for doing what he's doing. Because that line didn't have Laramie Tunsil on it until a couple games ago. And this running game, Damian Pierce is kind of MIA with their new zone blocking scheme. Pierce is having trouble getting going. I mean, Devin Singletary was the one who toted the rock in their win for the Texans over the Saints last week, better than Damian Pierce. The run game has not even been going. And the blocking up front has been, you can't say suspect because they have done a very good job. But it was jumbled. Well done. This fight is over. It is over, unless Tyson Bagent or Aiden O'Connell make a run. I doubt it. But Stroud has the Texans in position to threaten in their division as they're sitting on a bye week this week, watching the Jaguars go first, perhaps with a banged-up Trevor Lawrence or Lawrence missing his first career start, I believe, ever in his life.
Yeah, Texans half game out of the playoffs right
now. They
now.
are indeed. So this fight is over. I didn't think I'd say that after 6 weeks. And it's due to CJ Stroud looking the part and showing his heart and his ability. Big time. It also helps to have a terrific Michigan receiver, Nico Collins. But that's all right. I got to stop doing that.
I was wondering.
I got to stop doing it. I got to stop it. I have to stop myself.
Also, just shout out to Miko Ryans.
But everybody,
To be
Bobby
a
Slowick,
phenomenal
the OC,
hire. Like
too.
he's getting it done.
They're getting it done. Yeah. And Will Anderson is quietly putting together a very nice rookie season. They're good. Dalton Schultz, former Cowboy tight end, he's getting it done. Tank Dell, when he's healthy. At any rate,
Robert Woods showed out last week.
Bobby Trees, man. Yeah. So that fight's over for rookie quarterback. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.